morning, good afternoon, and good evening, dear listeners. Welcome to the next episode of Lyrics That Matter. Today, we're going to be listening to one of my personal favorite albums. Although I don't really listen to it that much, it's still one of the greats, and even one of the greatest of all time. Uh, you're probably wondering, why is it just me talking? Why is Nathan just talking? But unfortunately, Moreno had an accident. Well, it wasn't really an accident, but his laptop LED screen is broken and is in the process of getting fixed. So, for the time being, it'll just be me talking, and we are going to be listening to "Graduation" by Kanye West. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why are we listening to Kanye West? Kanye West, isn't he a terrible person? Like as of 2025, there are a lot of bad things said about Kanye West. Like how Kanye West is he's doing weird things with this new fiance, and yeah, he's just generally being this weird person, almost like he's been cloned. But Graduation is one of the best rap albums of all time, and we at Lyrics That Matter have learned to separate, or well, not really learned, but we follow the ideology that we can separate the art from the artist. So, we're going to be listening to Graduation, and the first song that we're going to be listening to is Good Morning. Now, we're not going to be I'm not gonna be giving the full details yet, but after we listen to the first song, I'll be giving more details about Kanye West and the Graduation album itself. So, but without further ado, let's get into it. And remember, if you guys just hear this pause or me saying 3, 2, 1, that means we're stopping and we're going to be listening to the song. If you want to listen to the song together with me, then feel free to pause and go Spotify, go on YouTube, and let's listen to the song together. So, first off, it's Good Morning by Kanye West. Let's hear it. So, I've just finished listening to the first song of the album, which is Good Morning. And instead of watching it, instead of listening it through Spotify, I actually watched the YouTube video because I just wanted to reminisce about Kanye West in his prime era, where it was it was around the 2000s. And I have nothing else to say that I have like, I have nothing else to say. Kanye West really was an amazing person in the 2000s. And I just want to read some comments from the YouTube video. This one's by Pipita.12. Wow, Kanye's music is really catchy. I hope he never ruins his career. It truly does show how far Kanye has come. And remember, this podcast isn't just about analysis, but I also want to talk about my opinions and feelings as well. Um, Here's something someone said. Jeremy Ghostland 8155. I remember when my dad used to play this in the morning to wake me and my sister up. I'm not a morning person, so this did the job. I'm just sad he stopped playing it since we all sleep in separate rooms now, but he sometimes plays it when I come downstairs, and it's great. Truly a timeless masterpiece. Kanye West, please come back to the way you were. Anyway, enough talking about the YouTube video, let's talk about the album itself. Graduation is the third studio album by American rapper Kanye West, and it was released on September 11, 2007 through Def Jam Recordings and Rockefeller Records. Graduation took a total of 3 years of recording and producing, and it was primarily produced by Kanye West with a few guest appearances, such as T-Pain, Lil Wayne, and Chris Martin. If I'm not wrong, Chris Martin is the singer of Coldplay. Yeah, it is. He is the singer of Coldplay. So, Graduation is really different from the albums that we've seen from Kanye today, like Vultures, My Beautiful Directors, The Fantasy, 808s, and Heartbreak. Uh, this one's more positive. Kanye West has stated that he wanted to make inspirational music and placed more focus on individual perspective and experience that listeners could connect with in an attempt to create people's theme songs. And after listening to Good Morning, I'm sure that he's done exactly that. So let's get into it. So, not only is Good Morning the introduction to the album, it's a metaphor for awakening, graduation, and stepping into the real world. Kanye uses the motif of education and school as a metaphor for life, ambition, and self-realization. And he definitely chose to begin this album with this track to signal growth, transition, and responsibility. Well, I guess the start of it. So, let's see some of the authorial choices that he's made in this song. First is the repetition of Good Morning. So, if you listen to the song, make sure to listen to the song, by the way, along with me. There's the chorus or the verses "Good morning" is always said. Good morning, followed by more singing, and then good morning again. This repeated phrase sets the tone of probably a ritual and probably an awakening, almost like a bell ringing for the start of a school day or a new chapter in life. And it also acts as a universal greeting, immediately making the song accessible to a global audience. I'm sure "Good Morning" isn't really common in other languages and cultures where like maybe we would know but what "good morning" would mean because it's in English, and there are many countries that don't speak English, but it's a universal thing. So, the next is the metaphor or I guess motif of education, because we're going to be seeing that a lot in graduation. Uh, Here's a line: "Look at the valedictorian scared of the future while I hop in the DeLorean." Kanye critiques the idea that academic success guarantees real world success. The DeLorean, if you guys did not know, is a vehicle from the movie series Back to the Future, and it represents Kanye's desire to break time or tradition to forge his own path. So, there is a specific artist choice where he, instead of using like a car, like any other car, he specifically picked the DeLorean, which is a vehicle that's used to travel through time, and he uses that. He uses this choice to break time and tradition to forge his own path. And he positions himself as this person who dares to dream beyond this expected path. Next is the irony and self reflection. A line he said, "You graduate when you make it up out of the streets." And Kanye redefines graduation as not just graduating like in school or I guess life, but as surviving and thriving outside of traditional systems, especially for black communities. We just listened to NWA's Straight Outta Compton, so you can see a similarity there. He juxtaposes institutional graduation with life graduation, and this suggests that real success often comes from outside of the system. Next is the spoken word and flow. Kanye is known for his flow in this entire album. He speaks with a laid back and calm tone, almost like a teacher or a mentor addressing the listener. There's little urgency because he guides you through the song. It's almost like a graduation speech, which is filled with personal insight. And that's all. Yeah. Oh, dang it. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, so let's see the global significance. So, how does this song help the world? I think the main way that this song has changed the world is how it empowers and encourages. First, it empowers those outside the system. A quote that I really like from the song: I'm doing pretty hood in my pink I'm doing pretty hood in my pink polo." This line shows Kanye defying both class and fashion norms. It tells the world that you don't need to fit in to succeed. It speaks to a global generation of youth who feel excluded by the systems, whether it's school, politics, or society. And finally, it encourages self-belief. They say you can't turn back, just learn from it. That lyric is universally resonant. People make mistakes, and Kanye says you don't need to be defined by them. The message encourages people. No, this, yeah, the message encourages people to adapt a growth mindset, something that's very valuable for mental health and motivation worldwide. So, That's what I've taken from the song "Good Morning," and yeah, let's move on to the next song, "Champion." Uh, let's listen. Three, two, one. Hi, I'm back from listening to Champion by Kanye West. And to be honest, I was not expecting to like this song. I'm going to be completely honest because this is one of the less popular songs. Well, there are songs in Spotify that have like 40 or 80 million streams, and songs like Good Morning and Stronger, they have like a lot of different streams. But Champion, it has 300 million, so I wasn't expecting much from it. But it was definitely one of the highlights of this album, and I am pretty sad to see that it only has like 18 million views on YouTube, but it truly was a amazing song. I can feel the empowerment, not just from the beat, but from the lyrics as well. Do you realize that you are a champion? Really resonates with almost anyone. So, let's go on to graduation. First, something that Kanye is really known for is his almost magic way of sampling different music and putting it into his songs. So Kanye samples "Kid Charlemagne" by Steely Dan, which is the soulful, triumphant tone of the instrumental mirrors the personal victory that Kanye expresses throughout the song. And this creates this uplifting atmosphere, setting the stage for a reflective yet confident narrative. So, his tone and voice, um, Kanye uses a conversational and narrative style, sharing parts of his upbringing and struggles. Again, did you realize that you are a champion in their eyes? He juxtaposes humor, self awareness, and resilience, and this creates a relatable story of proving doubters wrong. Next, the repetition and hook. This hook is intentionally simple, but emotionally resonant. Yes, I did, so I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. This repetition reinforces his personal pride and triumph over adversity, making it really easy to internalize and chant. And finally, there's perspective shifts. Kanye mixes his present success with flashbacks to childhood, creating an emotional arc. My dad said, when you see clothes, close your eyelids, we was sort of like Will Smith and his son. These lines reflect a deeper emotional connection to his family, especially his father, grounding his success in real human relationships. So, what did this song to do to help the world? So, first, there's this message of overcoming adversity. Kanye shares how he turned challenges into triumphs, and this gives listeners a motivational narrative. Cause who the kids gonna listen to, huh? I guess me if it isn't you. He indirectly highlights the importance of role models, particularly in underrepresented communities. And finally, there's empowerment, of course. Empowerment through self belief. The song is a celebration of personal worth, of recognizing your own champion status, regardless of your background. It encourages listeners to embrace their potential. We are like Will Smith and his son in the movie I Ain't Talking About the Rich One. Even without wealth or power, Kanye reminds us that emotional resilience is a form of championship. Powerful, isn't it? I can't believe Kanye used to create these wonderful songs. And look at him now. So, we're going to move on to the next song, uh, which is Stronger. This song has 1,600,000,000 streams on TikTok, making it the most popular song in this album. If it's so good, then let's judge it. Let's listen to it. Three, two, one. Wow. If you do not feel stronger or empowered after that, I honestly I don't know. I don't know how to think, because this song, well, there's a reason why it has 1,600,000,000 streams on Spotify. Uh, it's because this might be the best song on the track. So, uh, that's my opinion on it. Let's get into the analysis part. So, Stronger. Uh, Again, Kanye shows his excellent use of sampling as he samples Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, fusing electronic house music with hip hop. Again, work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. I'm sure it's a really iconic line from Daft Punk, and this genre blending was groundbreaking in 2007, as it helped bridge cultural gaps between musical audiences, hip hop and electronic fans alike. This robotic, futuristic production also complements the theme of technological progress, personal growth, and this relentless drive. So, next there's lyrical allusions and references. Kanye famously paraphrases Nicht. Honestly, I can't I can't pronounce that, but I'm sure you'll understand once I say the line. That don't kill me can only make me stronger. And this philosophical reference elevates the track beyond party music, as it's a reflection on adversity and resilience. Next, there's this conflicted, driven persona. Kanye portrays ambition, insecurity, and obsession with perfection. I need you right now. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my Black Kate Moss tonight. These lines reflect his desire for connection amid fame and pressure, a tension between vulnerability and ambition. And finally, there's urgency and repetition. Repeating, I need you right now, emphasizes immediacy, Kanye's urgency to succeed, create, and be understood. Again, the hook, na na na, now that don't kill me, uses stuttering repetition and chopped up samples to reflect both his internal struggle and creative confidence. So, here's some global significances. Resilience through struggle. That's the core message. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger is universal, and it speaks to survivors of hardship, people chasing big dreams, and anyone recovering from failure or criticism. Kanye turns this personal struggle into a motivational anthem, helping listeners channel pain into power. And also, he breaks boundaries by embracing innovation. By sampling a French electronic duo and combining hip hop with house, Kanye challenges traditional genre norms, and this promotes a message of cultural collaboration, innovation, and global artistic unity, showing the world that creativity thrives when boundaries are broken. Strong, like this song. So, we're going to listen to, I think, maybe my personal favorite? Yeah, my personal favorite on this album. I Wonder. God damn it, I butchered that. We're going to listen to I Wonder. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Honestly, after listening to this song, it makes me wonder what happened to Kanye. And I'm probably convinced that he was kidnapped and then a clone was made out of him just so that they could destroy his image. But yeah, I Wonder. This is one of the most life changing songs of all time. Truly is one of the highlights of graduation. So, enough about that. Let's get into the authorial choices. So, he uses sampling again for the emotional tone. Kanye samples My Song by Labi Siffre, a 1972 soul ballad that is both haunting but it's also dreaming. The sample repeats throughout the track, anchoring the song in melancholy and nostalgia. Perfect for a song about dreams and uncertainty. The chorus that just repeats, and I wonder if you know what it means to find your dream come true. This refrain is hypnotic, giving the song a meditative quality. It reflects the endless internal questioning that comes with ambition and life's crossroads. Next is repetition and reflection. The repeated question, do you even remember what the issue is? Do you even know what the mission is? Suggests inner doubt and disconnection from one's purpose. Kanye is addressing both himself and the listener. You ever you ever wonder what it all really mean? You wonder if you'll ever find your dreams? These rhetorical questions show how chasing success can make one lose sight of why they started doing it in the first place. The repetition also builds a reflective tone. mirroring the mental cycle of someone searching for meaning. And finally, there's the contrast between material success and internal fulfillment. Throughout the album, Kanye contrasts his fame with personal emptiness. In I Wonder, he turns inward, questioning whether his success will ever fulfill him emotionally or spiritually, which is a common thing in Kanye's albums. I've been waiting on this my whole life, those dreams be waking me up at night. This line demonstrates the tension between longing and dissatisfaction. The dream drives him forward, but it also keeps him from resting, showing how ambition is both a motivator and a burden. And finally, there's the global significances and influences. First, there's this relatable message about purpose and identity. Kanye speaks to a universal experience. This uncertainty of pursuing one's dreams in a world that often demands conformity or compromise. Many young people, especially in globalized and high pressure society, feel the pressure of ambition without knowing if it will truly bring them happiness. You ask me what's on my mind, you don't know me very well. This highlights the alienation people feel when their personal journey is not understood by others. It's a message of empathy for anyone feeling unseen while chasing their goals. And finally, there's the encouragement to pursue dreams despite doubt. Despite the introspection and melancholy, the song is ultimately, and its main purpose, is a call to remember why we chase our dreams, and invites listeners to reconnect with their true purpose rather than chasing validation. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. This isn't just a personal question. It's a challenge to the audience in a world where people are driven by status, wealth, or external success. This song calls for that authentic self-discovery. Now we're going to move on to the next song, which is another popular song from the album. It's the second most, yes, it's the second most popular with 1,400,000,000 plays. We're going to be listening to the song Flashing Lights. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. This is another timeless classic from Kanye West's graduation. Flashing Lights is it's second most popular song if I'm not wrong. But anyway, let's just go into it. So another thing, let's go over the authorial choices. First is the production and sound design. Kanye blends. His entire album uses like very heavy synth and electronic production with soul and orchestral rings. This creates a cinematic and sleek atmosphere, and the melancholic tone contrasts with the title's glamour, which is of course flashing lights, and this creates a sonic duality between allure and emptiness. So you guys heard the song, it goes flashing lights, and it just echoes and echoes, and these repetitions of the title act as a hypnotic hook, but it's also this symbolic motif. It's almost like fame's constant glare, which is blinding yet seductive, which is very common in Kanye's works. He always talks about fame. Next, the narrative and lyrics. Lyrically, Kanye reflects on relationships that are strained by fame, ego, and misunderstanding. He's using the metaphor and personal narrative. She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believe in shoes and cars. And here he critiques materialism, contrasting spiritual wonder or shooting stars with consumerist obsession. And here's another quote. I know it's been a while, sweetheart. We hardly talk. I was doing my thing. And this verse communicates a detached tone, which indicates how ambition and fame have damaged intimate connections. His use of phrasing gives authenticity to his inner conflict. And again, here's another authorial choice by Kanye, the visual imagery. Kanye crafts vivid and almost cinematic imagery in his lyrics, which is accompanied by the music, and it helps the audience visualize the tension between luxury and emotional isolation. In a room full of dimes, you would be $100. And this metaphor elevates the woman's worth, yet ironically objectifies her in monetary terms, which highlights Kanye's own contradictions. So, what global significance does Kanye's song bring? Well, uh, just like many of his other songs, there's two main things. First, it's his critique of the fame culture and mental health and identity. So, Flashing Lights addresses how celebrity culture warps human relationships and individual identity. Did you clean up? Did you clean up the mess up? I'm not coming to guess up. And this paranoia and emotional distance here reflects how trust really erodes in high-profile lifestyles. And in a global context, this is especially relevant as more people chase internet fame and struggle with the authenticity versus performance. Next is mental health, and the emotional disconnection throughout the song can be interpreted as a warning about the psychological cost of success. The public often sees only the glamour, which is flashing lights, but not the internal chaos beneath. I get a call like, "Where are you, Yeezy? Trying to hit you up with the old wapti." Wait, let me. I get a call like, "Where are you, Yeezy? Trying to hit you with the old wapti." Till I got flashed by the paparazzi. This line mirrors the surveillance like pressure of fame, which is now echoed in how everyday people are scrutinized in social media. And it helps listeners reflect on privacy and mental well being. So, Flashing Lights isn't just a sleek and stylish track, it's a meditation on how fame, ego, and materialism can poison relationships as well as identity. Powerful stuff by Kanye. Wish he didn't turn into whatever he turned into. So, the final song that I'll be talking about today is Big Brother. Take it away. If you guys told me that Big Brother was the closing track of this album, I believe you, but unfortunately it's not. It's the second last, but it could be. It could be the final track of Graduation. If you told me this, I would believe you. So, Big Brother, the second last song of Kanye's album. So let's just get straight into it. First off, let's talk about the authorial choices. So first, of course, Kanye West's signature and lyrical style. Uh, it's a repetitive and musical beat, and it's accompanied by Kanye's bars and his lyrics. So the song was produced by DJ Toomp rather than Kanye, and Big Brother features this mid-tempo synth, which is reminiscent of "I Wonder," the last song that we talked about, well, before Flashing Lights. So, and it offers a reflective and emotionally intimate mood. This sonic palette softens the emotional delivery of his lyrics, and Kanye alternates between expressive and spoken word styles of rap, which heightens the sense of this heartfelt confession. So, the lyrical structure and the content of the song is that Kanye frames his relationship with Jay Z as familial. My big brother was Big's brother, Jay, and yeah, so shy, which establishes Jay as an idol and a mentor, and he navigates this admiration and insecure and friendly rivalry. On that Diamonds remix, I swore I spazzed. Then my big brother came through and kicked my ass. Sibling rivalry only I could see. And this chorus becomes a universal message. If you admire somebody, you should go ahead and tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them, which is an earnest call to express gratitude before it's too late. And of course, it closes the narrative arc within Graduation. Big Brother is the only deeply personal track on the album that otherwise embraces universal themes of ambition and success. And I wish it was the last song, but if it was, it could act as a closing moment of emotional introspection. And ending with this tribute signifies Kanye's graduation away from mentorship, achieving self recognition and independence. So, what global significance can you get from this song? I think it's honoring mentorship as well as gratitude. Kanye's tribute spotlights the vital role of mentors in personal growth. Although it's not universal, the message "tell them how much they matter" is widely applicable across cultures and professions, encouraging us to acknowledge our guides while they're still here. Your parents, your friends, anyone really, could be a mentor to who you could be in the future. So Kanye's just telling you to tell them how much they matter. Be grateful. Have gratitude for the people who stuck by you and taught you different things. So, that's Graduation by Kanye West. Sorry if this episode was a little short, but yeah, that's Kanye West's Graduation. Uh what? All right, we gotta rate this song from 1 to 10. Unfortunately, Moreno is not here with me to rate it, so I'll be rating it myself. Um, Graduation on a global scale. I think this is a. People could argue that this is Kanye West's best album. It could be an 8 or 9. I believe this is just a 7.5, as there's some songs that yeah, they're okay. And there's songs that are really great, like Big Brother, I Wonder, Stronger, and Homecoming, which we did not, well, which I did not cover in this episode, but it's okay. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, or thank you for listening, and always remember that in this podcast, lyrics do matter.